Did it work? Did it actually? Oh my God. Is it really working? Oh my God. I think it's working. Hi. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't supposed to be like really doing a video. I wanted to see if this will work. And it's working. So I can go live with you people. I can go live and I can talk to people when I feel like it. Oh my God, I didn't know that this would work. So the only time I've tried to go live is on my phone. Before I got the iPhone, that was a couple months ago. And when I first, well, it wasn't no couple months ago, it was like a year ago. When I first started my YouTube channel, I tried to go live on my phone and it told me I did not qualify. And at that time, I just looked up how to qualify to do on my phone, and it said I have to have like 1,000 subscribers to do it on my phone. And I'm like, oh my God, I ain't never gonna have 1,000 subscribers, so I ain't never gonna be able to go live. I didn't know that now that I have a computer, now that I have a laptop, I didn't know that now I can use my laptop to go live. And that's just crazy. That's oh wow. Hi. I have somebody watching. Is that like a viewer or is that me viewing myself? This is crazy. I'm sitting here confused, like, girl, I can't believe it actually letting me go live. Now I gotta figure out how to really work this shit. Oh, it's just me. I was gonna say, somebody else watching me? No. No one is watching me. What is this button? This. Okay. I don't want to click on nothing and mess stuff up. I'm trying to figure out what the heck am I doing, how to get through this. This is my first time going live. And I'm not going to delete it. I am not going to delete it. I am going to keep it going because I needed another video. So I guess for this live, you guys are going to witness me sitting in my room doing weird stuff. Well, ain't no you guys. I'm just going to be by myself because no one is watching. But if somebody do watch this after the fact, how are you? Hi. Thank you for watching. I know it's late. it's real late at night. So I actually did not think that this was gonna work. I thought it was gonna tell me like, no, you cannot. There's these restrictions, and I was gonna have to reread what I read about the phone. I think I might have read the whole thing, but I only read about the phone because I only cared about the phone because I only had a phone at the time. Then I got my I had my tablet already too. But I had not like planned on doing anything with my tablet. Don't be messing up stuff. I'm trying to figure it out. I am so trying to figure it out. What does that mean? I'm finna rate myself. I'm sorry. Cause I just want to see. Oh, so okay, it did pop up. It's taking forever to pop up, but it popped up. Okay. Hey, Keisha. Hey! I'm figuring it out. Oh my God, I feel so slow. I feel so slow because I felt like I was not going to be able to do this. I had nothing to talk about. I have nothing to talk about. You know what? I'm finna eat my McFlurry while I listen to Miss Brittany talk more about some badass kids. That's the name of her thing. And I think this one just came out a couple hours ago. So I'll be trying to catch them when they first come out. But I always catch them like after a couple hours because I already be into watching other people's videos, and I from that I'll go to video to video, and then when I go back to my home page, it'd be like, oh, this came out a couple hours ago, or this can't happen like 5 hours ago, and I'm like, what the heck was I doing? Watching stupid movies, like mostly. But give me a second. Get my McFlurry, and then Miss Brittany. Get my McFlurry. I'm finna smash this McFlurry. I'm finna smash it. Oh my God, it's nice and soft. I hate when they that's why I put it in the refrigerator for a hot minute so it don't melt all the way like it would have if it would have sat out here while I was eating my food. Cause I wasn't gonna eat it right away. I ate my food like almost an hour ago. Been like an hour ago. So if I would have had it just sitting out here for a whole hour, it'd have been like unedible. I don't want to sit this on my lap. So, ooh, I saw my panties. Oh, I'm sorry.
Take him down to the coroner's office, and there is where they discover that this person has endured crazy torture. There were bones shattered, there were burns, like it was insane. Yet they had no way of identifying who this person was until, luckily, they catch a break when the deputy was having lunch at the restaurant that Cordell worked at previously.
I'm sorry.
And they hear the employees talking about the details of how he just went missing. Nobody ever found him. It's been a month, and nobody is still heard from Cordell.
Because them people that was staying with him killed him. Them little 16, 17-year-old little badass little kids.
John Doe's down here, but I overheard this conversation. They decided to follow up on that tip, and lo and behold, they make a positive identification. The man that they found is actually Cordell Richard. They released news that he had been found. They don't give too much detail though, and they just ask if anybody has any knowledge of what happened to him, or if they have any information that they feel like is worth noting. So give them a call. What is that? Y'all know this one. Police then decide to revisit the apartment, this time looking a little deeper, a little closer. Now, when they get there, they also note that Crystal and her boyfriend Ronald are not there. It's obvious that they still live there, but they're just not there during this time. Detectives put luminol all on the walls and on the floor, hit the lights, turn on the little blue light, the little black light, and it was very much obvious that something had happened there and that it had been cleaned up after the fact. And so they knew now that they were very much on to something. Crystal and Ronald become their prime suspects. Something happened, and these two are most likely involved. They leave a note for Crystal to give them a call when she returns home. Child, of course she didn't call. They had to have known she was not going to call. Crystal probably started a note and involved it.
Of course, they knew she wasn't going to call.
Crystal has something to do with this, where further solidified when they received a tip that a couple, while they were walking along the road that was, alongside the wooded area, they saw this car parked there on the side of the road. Nobody was in the car at first, and then they see these 3 teens running from the woods. They hop in the car, speed off. The couple thought that was very odd, very weird, and they did not get license plate, but they had a full description of the car, so they were able to do that, with a little nod description of the people. Police don't know who the hell the third person could be, but they are confident that 2 of 3 are, of course, Ronald and Miss Crystal. Police began questioning the close friends and family of Ronald and of Crystal, just to kind of get like a feel of who they are as people.
I'm getting confused. She's telling this story, and so did they kill this man? I know y'all didn't hear the whole story, but did they kill this man because this little girl kept saying that he was like trying to make advances, and then he found scratches on her, and she said that dude tried to force himself on her? Because if that's not the reason why he went along with the plan, then
the interviews really didn't get them anywhere, but they did receive a break when they received another caller on the anonymous tip line. It's a man claiming that he believes his girlfriend's daughter mentioned being in the presence or in an apartment where a murder had taken place. Now, he says that he really didn't think much about it until news broke that someone had been found. So he was like, you know what? That might be what she was talking about. And if so, this needs to go to jail. They asked him who his daughter is because, of course, they're still looking for the
I don't know if that was in the video, but
15-year-old Renee. He describes her as a very troubled teen and said that she often ran away and would leave the house at night and then not be where she was. And they pretty much don't put something like this past this.
My hair is clean.
They called little old Renee.
I know it's clean.
The police station and questioned them about this. Both of them deny that any conversation had ever taken place. They don't know what he's talking about, and they don't know anything about anything. Renee admits to being acquainted with Cordell, but she claimed that she had no idea that anything had ever happened to him. She don't know what's going on. She tells them that she only knows him because he is her friend's roommate, and she saw him a couple of times when she was hanging out at the apartment. Nothing more, nothing less. They question this, but they still let her go because they don't have any grounds to really just detain her at this moment. Then they received another phone call. Like, the tips are just rolling in. But this time, there's a teen whose father is a police officer. And that teen had told her father that she felt like Ronald had something to do with this whole situation of Cordell. She actually said that she believed that all 3 of them, she gave Crystal and Renee's name as well, And she was brought down to the station and further questioned about this. She said that she had heard them talk.
See, I'm glad when I was younger, nobody tried to do a crime with me, because I would have been the worst accomplice ever. I'd have been telling. Especially if the police get evidence and come to me like, this is some of the evidence. Even if they evidence, like, if they can't prove their evidence, like, let's say they got someone that said they seen somebody that might have looked like me, and they come pick me up, I'm telling everything. They be like, oh yeah, someone that matched your description was at this location. I'm breaking down, be like, oh, I was there, it wasn't me. That's exactly how it's gonna go. It wasn't me, because it wouldn't have been me doing nothing. I just would have been like, whatever, because I'm scary. Just saying. I don't know why I don't want to stop the live stream. Like, I'm really sitting here doing something. But okay.
Talking about it. And she had details about what they had done to Cordell that had not been released to the public. So they knew at that point that, this was legit, because only the person who was actually there would have known some of these things. At this point, detectives decide that it's time to pay Crystal's mother a little piece of her business. They pull up at Crystal's mother's house, and they didn't even have to go inside to get the tea, because the key was right there on the curb. They pull up and they see the car that the couple had described to them that they had seen teens hopping into and pulling off. And inside the car, Miss Crystal and Miss Ronald. Child, do you not watch the movie? When you're on the run, you don't go home, you don't go to your house. That's fugitive 101. The act of being a fugitive. I mean, at least what I heard, because I ain't gonna. Y'all don't listen to me, sure, I ain't gonna fugitive. They grab the two, pull them in, questioning, and they also call Renee down to the station. They put all three in their own interrogation room and decide that somebody's on crack, okay? Somebody.
And that somebody would have been me. I'd have been tracking and telling everything.
Girls, and they all claim that they don't know what happened.
And I don't understand why they ain't figured the first girl they picked up.
Probably won't be.
Why y'all ain't figured she was gonna be the one that cracked? Because she already done cracked and told y'all some stuff.
After a couple of hours of interrogation and them not really giving anything, Crystal's parents find out that she's down at the police station, and so they come down and attempt to talk to her. They go right in and they're like, look, you know anything about what happened to this man, you need to tell these people right now, okay? Right now is the time to talk. And at first,
tell them people.
She wasn't trying to hear that. She was like, I don't know anything. But they know their daughter. They know she's not. So they tell her, you know what? It's going to be easier on you. A lot easier on you if you just go ahead and give them the story. Like, let them know what really happened. If you cooperate versus them having to find out the hard way, that's going to be even harsher on your sentence. Which, that's sometimes true, but I don't think it's always the case. If this was like, why do life when I get finished tonight? Okay, she decided to tell them everything that had happened on the night that he had actually.
As soon as she started telling everybody, as soon as Crystal would have started telling everybody, they'd be like, your friend already done told. It's nice that you want to give us a confession and stuff. You can still give us a confession, but you ain't getting no deals or nothing. Your friend got the deal because she told as soon as she got here. You had to sit here and we had to play with you and act like you over here acting like you don't know nothing. She told already, like, as soon as she stepped in this mug, told. Didn't even make it to the station, told. Handcuffs wasn't on her, told. Like, I'm telling. I'm just saying.
Everything that had happened leading up to her needing the apartment, everything that had happened after she moved in, all of the misconduct and inappropriate things that he was setting down.
I'm trying to soften it up more.
Okay? The point at which she calls Ronald and tells him that Cordell is trying to kick her door in. Ronald tells her not to leave the room. He's on his way. He shows up, comes into the apartment. He confronts Cordell immediately. Like as soon as he gets to the door, Cordell is walking around and he confronts him. That leads to the two of them exchanging words. The two of the men's argument escalates into something physical because Cordell pushes Ronald first, and then he responds by pushing Cordell back. And then he puts Cordell into a chokehold until he is unconscious. Ronald then instructs Renee to go get some rope that was conveniently already there at the house, at the apartment. And she does that. She brings it back. Then he instructs Crystal to go get a baseball bat. She said that when she returned, Ronald then told her to beat him with the bat. And so she begins doing that and continues to do so until she gets tired. Cordell, who is still very much unconscious, is just laying there. They go and get a sheet, wrap him up in it, and then put him in the car. They drive out to a secluded wooded area, and three of them take him out of the car and carry him into the woods. Now, at this point, he has come to, and he realizes, like, I'm in trouble. He begins begging them to spare him, like, don't do anything else. Like, I won't go to the police, just let me go. And
that's not gonna happen.
They refuse. They instead decide that they're going to take turns hitting them as hard as they possibly can. So they go around in a circle doing that. Once they get tired of doing that, they decide that they're going to drag him even further into the woods. And not only do they do that, they take him and chain him to a tree. At this point, Renee suggests that they burn him, and Ronald is like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. He takes gasoline from the car and proceeds to pour it all over Cordell, and then he lights it. Now, when Cordell begins to scream, the three of them run off and decide to leave him there. The following day, they return to the scene and see that Cordell is still very much alive. Now, initially, he does not recognize that it's those three, and so he is moaning in pain and he's asking for help, like, please, call 911. Ron approaches him, kneels down, and makes several attempts to crack his neck, but he is unable to. Like, he couldn't do it. They decide to leave the scene and go to a nearby store and purchase a meat cleaver. Now, the three of them go inside, make the purchase, and return to the scene again. And while Cordell is screaming, Ron takes the meat cleaver and goes across the store. He then takes a bottle of Sprite and pours it over the blade in an effort to clean it. Then they grab their receipt and return it to the store. Now, after this happens, Crystal and Ronald decide just them two.
That's stupid. Like, what? Sprite, girl. What? Sprite. What? That's just.
He is still very much alive. Once again, faced with the opportunity to save his life,
that's stupid.
They decide to make poor choice instead. They decide to revisit the fire plan. So they put more gasoline down and leave. Now, police knew that their case against Renee was pretty weak, even if they took Crystal's confession as the truth, 100%. Her involvement was very limited, and they felt like they were not going to be able to get her for that many years anyway. So why not use this to their advantage? They took the 15 years that they feel like they might have, if they had gotten lucky, got her, and they decided to twist it up as a plea deal and present it to that girl, and they're like, look, we can help you get out of this. If you do that, we'll only give you these 15 years. You can be out at about 30 and still have a life. All she had to do was testify against the other two. And she actually agrees to do so, which pretty much seals the deal against the other two. When Ronald and Crystal go on trial in the year 2000, little Miss Renee is the state's star witness against the other two. The prosecution's whole angle was that these two teens, they were completely sadistic, they were terrible, horrible human beings, and they did this for two reasons. One, for their own pleasure and entertainment, and two, because they wanted that apartment all to themselves. Like, they wanted to have his whole apartment. because they couldn't apply and get an apartment somewhere else in their own names because they weren't old enough, they would just get rid of him and then have his apartment. Neither of their defenses really tried to argue any kind of innocence or, no, this wasn't us. Instead, they tried to use Ronald and Crystal's ages and all these accusations of misconduct on Cordell's part as justification or for leniency, I guess. Cordell, who could not speak for himself, obviously, had plenty of people come as character witnesses on his behalf, and all of them claimed that the things that Crystal was describing that he had done was so far from his character, they were there's no way. There's no way he would have done any of this. None of this was even remotely close to the person that he was. Now, despite their ages, Crystal receives a life sentence plus 30 years for kidnapping.
That's what she get.
Ronald received a death sentence, actually. So he got a little worse, or he was about to, because the judge considered that to be the judge considered that to be unconstitutional because of his age. It was that's a bit extreme. So he commutes it down to just life in prison. Honey, the two are hauled off right down to prison. They don't pay us go, nor do they collect the $200. However, in 2012, a U.S. Supreme Court ruling overturned both of their life sentences. The U.S. Supreme Court were kind of feeling like it was a bit unconstitutional. It was cruel and unusual punishment to give life sentences to juveniles. The U.S. Supreme Court, they overturned all of these convictions to everybody who was given a life sentence as a minor and said that each one of them needed to be resentenced. The resentencing happened with one judge, and it was completely up to his sole discretion. If he heard your case and he felt like you didn't deserve a life sentence and that, time credit was good enough, he literally was letting people go. Or if you have a life sentence and it's just you should have a life, but you should probably get 20, you done done 8, okay, now you just have 12 more to go. That's how it was going. Their families were so hopeful for this. They were really
oh, Lord.
Both their families attended their hearings, really hopeful that their child or loved one would be in that number of the ones who went to their resentencing and was told, you know what, time served is good enough. You can go free. Cordell's family also very anxiously awaited the outcome, fearing that these two might possibly walk free. They both go before the judge and ask for leniency, considering their ages at the time of the crime, also considering the fact that they're now early 30s and they've literally spent half of their life, or a little over half of their life, in jail. The judge wasn't trying to hear none of the things, okay? He rejects both of their requests for a lesser sentence and resentences them both to life in prison. Now, Miss Renee, the third wheel, she was released from prison after serving 12 years out of the 15, and since moved on with her life. Y'all, people was pissed about that. They were like, she's gotten out of jail. Yep, she had. That is pretty much it for this story. Mom said she was going to take me out, honey. When I crossed 100K, I'm going to have to call that girl and cash that in today because my dad's hungry. And this Spanish. I love y'all so much. Y'all really showed out, for real. This last little stretch, I'm telling you, once I hit 98K, y'all really weren't playing with the last 1,000. The last 1,000 people came like that.
Girl, you ain't talking to me. Because I was already a freaking subscriber. Even before I started my channel, I was subscribed to Brittany, Bailey, a lot of y'all. I was already subscribed to. Oh my God, I am so freaking tired. I don't know why. Ain't been doing nothing. Savannah. Who? Guthrie. 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 Whatever your name is, girl. Thank you. It was 2 days ago. Everybody's talking about Derek Jackson. Like, whenever I would see his videos, I don't know, it was something about this Derek Jackson guy that whenever I would see his video, I'd just be like, next. And that's exactly how I was. I'm like, I think I watched one video all the way through, and I'm like, he's cute or whatever, but I didn't like the video. And that was like a while ago. I know it was at least over a year ago. I seen a post or something. It wasn't no video. It was like a post. And he was talking shit. He was talking shit about girls. He was saying something about I don't remember because I don't care. I was gonna try to remember, but I don't care. I just didn't like him. That's why when I seen like his shit will pop up or whatever, they be like, people be like, oh, you need to hear this, do you need to listen to this, or memes just be popping up of him and stuff, and I be like, I don't care what he doing, what he talking about. Talking about men cheating or women's worth or whatever. I'm just sitting here like, who is this man? Like, that was my whole thing. Like, who is he? Like, it never came to my head to like look up this man, see who the fuck he is, and to like follow him and take his advice. No. And he's not all that great looking to me. I mean, he's not ugly. But like how people was like, ooh, a real good looking man. Of course he gonna cheat. I'm just like, he not all that great looking. He got a little bit of muscles. He cute or whatever. But he ain't fine like that. Like, he not like the finest thing ever. And then that video of him and his wife that everybody is talking about, I'm just like, to begin with, I wasn't a follower of him. I wasn't a fan. So the fact that he cheated, like when I kept seeing his name pop up, like Derek Jackson, like everybody doing stories on him, dang near everybody. I clicked on one and I'm like, so what was so special about him? Like, I haven't seen him in no movies. I haven't seen him on no TV show. I be on YouTube. Like, is he a YouTuber or whatever? And I guess he's like a life coach or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know what it is about life coaches. I don't like them. I don't like life coaches. So I think that might have been the reason why I don't like him. I didn't like him to begin with because, like, it might have said life coach or whatever. And I'm like, I think they're all phony. They're all fake. They just say stuff that they know people want to hear. Like, just like anybody. They like wrap up bullshit into a pretty package and give it to you, and then like, oh, what? It was shit? Like, you knew it was shit when you wrapped it up and tried to give it to me. But when everybody was talking about him, back to talking about Jack Derek Jackson. And everybody was talking about him. I'm like, I could care less. He's like, he looked like a cheater. Like, look at his face. Like, he looked like he fucking everything that walks. Like, and then like people was talking about his wife. And I'm just like, I don't see nothing wrong with, well, maybe because I'm sitting here looking at Hot Mess, got this big ass jersey on and shit. I don't see nothing wrong with what she had on. Like, she looked fine to me. She looked like a normal ass person sitting on her couch next to her husband. Like, I mean, it did look like she didn't want to be there. Like, he looked like he didn't want to be there either. And then it I don't know. I just watched it and it got me tripping. This nigga reacted to his own video and talked about himself. I was like, I know Keisha talk about herself all the time because Keisha love Keisha. Because, like, why wouldn't I? Because, like, look at me. But, like, who reacts to... And then he was talking like he didn't know himself. He was like, well, it seemed like he's being not honest. Like, nigga, you talking about yourself. It's like, what the hell? But I don't care. I went on a whole rant about somebody I don't care. But whatever. Only reason I said something is because his name just keep popping up. And it's like every day, Derek Jackson this and Derek Jackson. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I didn't even know who the fuck he was. Just thought he was a random ass person. Why do everybody act all shocked and shit when somebody cheats? Like people is perfect and shit. Hey, Gwen! Like, see, I wasn't even supposed to be talking about shit. I was supposed to just be seeing if this works. It works. And damn. I don't want to talk about nothing else because then I'm gonna keep going and going and going. I think I'm just gonna get off because like I'm gonna be rambling. I'm gonna be on here for like 4 hours for no reason. So yeah. Until next time I'll probably really have something to talk about. But now I'm going. I'm gonna go. Just because. Then I'm goofy. My ass. Oh, do I click this right here? I'm still trying to figure out how this thing on laptop work. Because it's new. So, don't mind me. But yeah, I'll see y'all later.